Now I want to demonstrate something quite interesting for more audience that occurs kind of automatically in some ways in the background or the back end, even behind the scenes of people who write or put together computer software based on the way the libraries that they incorporate into their computer software that they're developing is already pre-configured to behave. One where one would be able to make the implied or implicit assumption of or hypotheses that this is actually occurring is this being as one example here when I upload a video. This is based off of a programmer's experience of understanding this concept that I'm explaining here. Where if I begin to upload a video, for instance, I'll do the second one here. Now, as soon as it's already uploading as soon as I do that, okay, in the background already. And before I even save a name to it, there, just put 2, okay. Another thing is when you hit next, it's pre-configured so that it scrolls down. That is a type of I believe, what is it called? It's like a try catch throw exception autocorrect type of feature that is used in front end web development frameworks and probably operating systems, where within the collection of I guess you could describe them as widgets or front-end elements, let's say text fields, radio buttons, option buttons, checkboxes, regular buttons. They have a certain embedded functionality available to the programmer using that programming library and using it to piece together their software. So when, for instance, I hit next button, but it was not, it detected that, hold on, going back, where it says here, audience, okay? And it noticed under that audience tag label here that neither of these two radio buttons had a selection at first, or it by default it was yes, it's made for kids, and that it hadn't been changed or checked over at first. So then, since there was no radio button selected when I first entered this frame here, or this page, or dialog to do data entry, to do the video upload, and when I hit the next button, it had a an automatically pre-configured ability or behavior for that programming library to do a kind of like a scan of all the input fields to make sure if an alternate one like this one that, oh great, I'm trying to demonstrate here, where it's either one or the other, alternates between either yes, it's made for kids, or no, it's not made for kids. If either one of them had no selection, it detected that, and then it automatically scrolls down to highlight that as being an issue of what, as a requirement for before uploading or publishing a video. So once you select something like no, it's not made for kids, and then you hit next, it allows one to proceed, whereas otherwise it wouldn't had if none were selected. That's one thing that the general public doesn't know about, whereas let's say a software web app developer is familiar with that, with current up-to-date frameworks having that built into them. This is one other example here. If I hit save here without selecting, see how it highlights it, and it says you need to choose a visibility setting. Now allows one to from where it said save, it goes to publish. The button publish is available. That was the example that I was just reiterating or rehashing. Okay. Now, this is, oh, it already uploaded the video. Okay. I'm going to quickly delete it quickly. And then I'll demonstrate what I'm talking about. I don't know if it will completely delete it from its detection of it already being fully uploaded, and that there would be no resume or no re-upload. I'm not sure if it will get a new temporary file name entered yet until I delete this and then try to upload it again. Okay, once it's done deleting this video, it unlinks the memory location where that data was stored within the database in a binary large object or blob. And then I don't know if it allows one to upload the video again without it detecting the temporary file name with, let's say, the original data still intact, or if it, I'm not sure yet, unless it keeps, let's say, the data for 12 to 24 hours maybe, where there would be no wait time for it to re-upload the video. It would just like relink it, basically. I'm not sure yet if that data storage is reserved still. So I go through this and do it again. And this was the main example that I want to explain that goes on in the background of things that even programmers may not necessarily, or software developers may not necessarily see right away, but they end up, once they become more experienced, they usually pick up on what I'm about to demonstrate here, what I'm explaining. Now, if you go to upload a video here, I'm just going to do the same video, and hopefully in my case, I want it to take the time to upload again, so I want to cancel it in between from its upload so that I can demonstrate the resuming of it. Yeah, it's going now. Okay, so I have to do this. Oh, I want this is supposed to be 2. Okay, no, it's not made for kids. Upload complete. Process will begin soon. See, what happens is, if that's okay, that had happened. Because, oh wait, it's checking for if there is any data loss, I believe, in the background. Okay, so it didn't have to, the reason why I didn't have to upload all that data again was because I think it unlinks it from saying that, reserving that data. Okay, it unlinks let's say, the file from saying that, it can't be written over, uh, where it becomes, where it could be written over by, let's say, another upload. But since I didn't upload anything else other than trying to re-upload the same video that I had deleted that was unlinked, saying that that space was available, it didn't delete the data because it's intelligent, so that if someone were to, let's say, re-upload or resume a incomplete video, it would detect that was just unlinked and the data is still there, and that you wouldn't have to upload it again. So what that actually, even if it had a different label here, the way it's able to, or even if it was, let's say, even if the file name was changed, possibly on the original video that was being uploaded from, let's say, one's Kindle device or client device, the hardware that stores the original video content that's being uploaded, the file name, even if that's changed, does not necessarily cause a differentiation in this whole process, and that is because I'll explain in a second. Try to find. Here, let's do this. Now, if you go to PHP, for instance, manual. If you type in files, the scalar files, or yeah. Temp name is it's basically a random hash, or kind of like a salt that's generated to identify that the one file that's being uploaded from the device with its unique file size, encoding type, etc. And it's given an identifier of a temporary file name, or a temp name. And that's like a random number, usually based off of the file size and maybe the time that it was uploaded, or maybe other attributes. That's how it becomes a unique identifier for, let's say, even if the file name, for instance, was changed from, let's say, myfile.txt to, let's say, myfile_02.txt, if it was determined that the file being re-uploaded or being resumed has the same temporary name based off of the way the temporary name was rendered from, let's say, a number of parameters like the file size, the location of where it's coming from on the device, or along with maybe the encoding type. If it, in this case, it's a .txt extension. but that doesn't, I mean, or the codec being used. If it was a .jpeg, and let's say it was